sax.co.uk. Now, today we've got a very, very special treat because I'm joined by a bona fide superstar. You have toured all over the world. Ibiza, done it. Sweden, done it. Doha, done it. Everywhere. You name a place, it's happened. So I'm joined today by the fantastic Ellie Sax. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Very, very well, thank you.
Good.
Excited to be here.
Good, I'm so glad you are here. Now, for the viewers that might be learning about you for the first time or might not be aware of what you do, give me your elevator pitch. What's Ellie Sax? What's your vibe?
Okay, so I do dance music. I play sax over like dance music hits and I make dance music hits and it's like DJ Ibiza style. It's really fun.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. Really, really cool.
Thanks.
So, many of our viewers might be looking and going, yeah, I want to do that. That's great. I want to be the club sax stuff because it's huge. Club saxophone's massive. So give me the rundown. How did you go from I'm learning the saxophone to I'm playing in a helicopter above Mont Blanc?
It was a weird journey.
Very good journey.
Yeah. I did classical saxophone at Royal Northern College of Music.
Okay.
And then I'd sneak out at the weekends and go and play at Tiger Tiger because I loved dance music and, you know, it was kind of not what I was studying at all. And so I kind of went and snuck off and did that. And then I left music college and I went and did cruise ships because I wanted to travel. So I went and worked for Disney Cruise Line.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
That's great.
And then kind of just kept falling back into doing dance music and playing over it because I enjoyed it. And then we kind of thought, well, we'll come home and give it a go. And luckily for us, I think that was a good couple of years before it became super popular and we just enjoyed it. You know, we just love dance music. So it just worked out and then it's kind of gone from there. It's gone a bit crazy and we've just been having loads of fun with it. So,
amazing.
Yeah.
So right now you've got residencies in places like Ibiza and you do like touring all over the world. So you started off, your first job basically was Tiger Tiger.
Yeah.
Run me by, so you're doing a classical course or a jazz course? Sorry. Classical course.
Yeah.
So full fat classical course like myself.
Yeah.
Then you get corrupted, it's how it goes. And so what was the approach to going to Tiger Tiger? Some people might be a bit nervous or not really understand how to approach getting this kind of gig or booking this kind of gig. So what's your approach to, say, I want to play at a Tiger Tiger? What would you tell me to do?
So my approach would be, you do the first few. It sounds really counterintuitive and I wouldn't recommend generally doing gigs for free because I think we all need to value ourselves.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you really want to do something, go in, say, hey, can I jump on this Saturday for a bit of fun? I'm a sax player. I've got all my own setup. I'll just come and do 30 minutes, see if you like it. And if you like it, you know, we can talk about you booking me in, you know, and then you give them, then you deliver what you can deliver and then you can then bring in the gigs. You know, that's how I did it anyway. You don't have to do that, you know, if you don't want to do it for free, and that's absolutely fine. But sometimes especially with clubs and bars, they don't know what they're missing until they've seen it.
Yeah.
So you kind of go in and you're like, hey, have a bit of sax.
There
everyone likes sax, and then
100% success rate with a saxophone.
Yeah, 100% success rate.
Love that. Amazing. And then did you complete your degree or did you go now?
Yes.
Oh, you did.
I did complete my degree. Yeah.
Fantastic. And then and then you went off and did the cruise ship stuff. Now I know some people find the cruise ship like booking quite complicated because there's a lot of admin to do with that. So kind of with the Tiger Tiger stuff, you can be like, hi, you can't really walk onto a cruise ship.
No.
So what was the thought process there? What did you have to do to get to that stage?
Yeah, so I went on as a duo with my husband. So I wasn't in the band. So I think it's a slightly different process if you're in the band, but basically we did an audition reel. So you kind of film in a reel of you doing all the different things you can do and you put it together and then it gets sent off to all the different cruise lines. The cruise lines go, yes, I'll have you. And then you get like forms and you have to fill in visa forms and stuff. But it's not quite as complicated as it seems when you first get it through. When you get through these 10, 15 forms, you think, oh my God. But then actually they usually talk you through everything. There's people who can help you out. There's some really good online Facebook groups that are really good and helpful. And there are some that are just funny, which are always good to join as well, because you need to know like what you're getting into. And then you have to do medicals and everything.
All that kind of stuff.
Do you know what? It's really fun. Like cruise ships, I had a really fun time on the cruise ships. Amazing. It's like being back at uni, and you make loads of really close friends, and it's intense, but it's awesome.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Can you possibly share with me what was like your most fun memory of working in a cruise, like performing on a cruise ship, or something really weird that happened on a cruise ship?
So, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this.
Oh, you can redact names. It's fine. We can bleep it. It's not an issue.
Well, we worked for Disney Cruise Line.
Yes.
And they're really good actually at throwing like crew parties and rewarding their staff. So we did a crew party with all the other musicians, and we formed a band called the Seamen.
Yes, good. Like people that go to sea.
People that go, on ships.
Yep.
And that was fun, and the party got shut down because of the amount of profanities that were going on, and the guests could hear it.
Wait, so you're telling me the Disney cruise ship and profanities, I can see how that's gone.
Weirdly, they don't go together. So, but yeah, we just made loads of really good friends, and it was just awesome. And lots of friends from all over the world, which is fun.
That's really cool.
So when I kind of go on gigs now, sometimes you can like meet up with them, and that's really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, but compared to where you started to where we are now, would you say the scene is bigger now with the club sax stuff? Like, how has it changed from when you started to sort of booking now? What are the biggest changes you've seen?
Yeah, I think 100% it's massively bigger. I think it's blown up in the last kind of 5 years, really. Before, there weren't very many of us around. There was kind of 3 of us in Manchester and the kind of surrounding areas. There was Lovely Laura, and then that was kind of it in terms of sax players that you knew who were doing it, icons who were doing it. And now I think there's loads and loads of work for it, and I think that's really positive. It's really, really good, because it's a really fun job. It's like you get to go and you basically get to go and party with people and play the saxophone, which I enjoy doing. So it's like great, but I think there's loads more opportunities in it now, and I enjoy that. For me, it's kind of been good because it's kind of exploded enough that it takes me all over the world, and people, it's more of like a recognised genre, I think.
Yeah.
When I first came out of music college and started doing it as a job after the cruise ships, everyone was like, what are you doing? Like, that's a weird job. And didn't think you'd go into that, which is fair enough because I was a massive dork, and I still am.
Nothing wrong with being a massive dork. That's great.
But I think now, there's lots of students doing it to make money on the weekends, and I think it's awesome.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Your success has come from your social media platforms, which are huge. What advice have you got for people that are looking to sort of build a brand like you have?
Yeah, so it's weird because I feel like I've kind of done it accidentally. So I don't necessarily have like,
here's your
advice.
5 tips to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That would necessarily work for everyone, but I always try and just stay quite honest to who I am. I try and keep it really positive. I feel like social media can turn quite like dark if people go down a tunnel of darkness. So I feel like you've always got to, I'm there to entertain people fundamentally. That's what my job is. So I always try and keep it super positive, like super light, super fun, and what I would like to be seeing, on social media, like fun things, happy things. And then just kind of, I'd always put loads of live videos up because I think it's important that people see you doing what you do. And that can be a bit of a challenge with like social media and picking up copyrighted stuff, but you can find copyright-free music online and just play over it and just have fun and try and show people you and what you would want to do, because then you're going to get the gigs that you want as well, because they're going to see you, book you because they like you, and then you're going to like them, you're going to like the gig. So it kind of put out into the world what you want to bring back. And I think that's my biggest tip.
That's amazing. Cool. Right.
I hope so.
Now, I can see you've got yourself a Yamaha all around with you right now, with a very wonderful Yamaha there.
Yamaha 62?
Yamaha 62, of course. We do have to do the whole tech stuff. We've got a big old band of nerds that are going to be interested in that sort of stuff. What mouthpiece have you got on that?
At the moment, I've got a Dukoff M5, a vintage one.
Very nice.
Thank you. I do love it. However, I have just bought here today, as David Sanborn.
Yeah, the Sanborn, the Drake Sanborn, absolute monster of a thing. It's so good.
So excited because it's like I went in to try it. I was like, I'm just gonna get a secondary mouthpiece. That's all I'm gonna get. Now I feel like
that's it.
I might fall in love with it. Yeah,
that's amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Again, super nerdy. Reeds, what's your sort of preference?
I do Van Doren Java, the red box.
The red box Javas, amazing.
2.5s.
Yeah,
I love them. I'm going to explore some new ones because
it's always good to explore new reeds. Why not?
Yeah, but I love them. I found they're really consistent and they last a really long time. So
perfect. And the other thing I want to talk about is you've got a wonderful bag of stuff, which actually I want to go and grab quickly.
Yeah,
so
grab away.
Wonderful bag of stuff that you take with you on your gigs as well. Because if you're doing the DJ club stuff, the saxophone.
Yes.
We got to have some much more fun. You've got this whole array of things. Like I'll go grab.
Yeah, you
we
can
got
lift
this
them out,
guy right here. Oh,
yeah.
So what are we doing with this? What's the plan?
So that's my effect unit.
I love that.
So it's actually a vocal effect unit. It's the one that I've found to have the most like analog effects, which I know sounds weird, but like because it's a vocal processor, I actually think the sax is quite like vocals. Like it's really unique. I feel like the sound of a saxophone is really unique to each saxophonist. Like, usually I can see a video or hear a sound and I know who it is. See a video, obviously I know who it is, but you know what I mean. I can hear a video, and I know who it is. So I think it's quite useful to be able to have the kind of really small changes you can make like you would for vocals. So I whack on reverb, delay, I double my sax so that it's got a bit of depth, a bit of EQ in there as well. And it means that I can have a couple of different settings for different situations, but I find it really useful. You go into a club and you're just plugging straight into the DJ's decks. You know exactly how you're going to sound wherever you go, you know, and that's another thing with keeping with like a brand, is that then you can brand your own sound. And
that's really clever.
Yeah.
You basically got your own mini PA sort of system that you just sort of plug straight into theirs, and you've instantly got your sound.
Yeah, and that's why I have it in a bag as well, so that I can literally just plug in the plug and the XLR and then I'm free to go. You know, it's easy.
Yeah, really cool. Is there anything else essential? Is there like one thing? Maybe you do a very odd thing that you're like, okay, I need to bring this to my gig. So like, or is...
I always have my hat.
I
didn't bring it
is
today.
Amazing, and I'm livid it's not here. We almost cancelled.
I'm so sorry.
It's so good, so good.
It's so jazzy, but also it means that you can't see my hair, which is like great because then I don't have to do my hair every
Right, that's
time.
a very good point.
Yeah.
Also, you can't walk past traffic because it's so shiny. You might actually cause incidents. That's bad.
Yeah, but really weirdly and probably a bit grossly, I always make sure I have like a towel because I jump around a lot and I move, and it's like clubs are sweaty, they're warm,
it's sweaty
so
places.
You know, wipe my sweaty face basically.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's gross, but it's true.
Yeah, always take a towel with you. It's a good thing to grab. Well, just before we finish, I just want one more piece of advice. What's your like either practicing advice or just life advice or anything that you could give to someone that's looking to do what you do?
Whew, that's a big
question.
One. Yeah.
God, you know.
Practicing advice would be, have fun when you practice. Don't just practice for practicing's sake. Think of what you want to achieve in your practice and then like have fun while you're doing it. I think practice clever rather than practice long has always been
work smart, not hard.
Yeah, exactly, because it's otherwise you can sit there doing a couple of hours practice and you grow to hate it, you know, and you want to appreciate it. It's a really fun job. I can't believe I get to play the saxophone as a job. It's like
incredible.
I sometimes have to pinch myself and say, remember, like this is amazing. Like, and I'm so grateful for it. But yeah, and I think life-wise, work hard. I think is it, and it's really boring, but I think just work hard at it. Enjoy it, but then you've also got to remember that whatever you're putting into it work-wise, you're putting into yourself and you're putting into your own kind of success and your own brand. So always just work at it, keep going, don't let people get you down and just enjoy yourself.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. Well, where can we find you on social medias? Where's the best place for one of our fantastic fans to find you?
So Instagram and Facebook, I'm there as Ellie Sax.
Yep.
I'm also on TikTok, but I'm terrible on TikTok. So
that's fine. TikTok is for young people and it's confusing. I completely agree.
And I'm on YouTube as well. So.
YouTube. And what's your YouTube?
Ellie Sax as well.
Ellie Sax as well. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share and subscribe and follow Ellie Sax on YouTube and all other places. Thank you so much. See you next time.